welcome to the channel today. It's Christine, Fuller's Outdoor Country. Guess what we are doing today? We are canning tomatoes. So it's canning season time and you got to do this stuff when it comes in. So we just decided to do a little video and show you guys how to can tomatoes. I'm sure some people already can them, but we wanted to show some people, if you don't know how to can them, it's really simple. So what we did is we boiled some water. We got to blanch these, okay? So we boiled our water and we got to put them in and blanch them. All right, we're going to drop these in our water. I've got my water boiling pretty good, so we're going to drop these down in there. And the purpose of this, like I said, is to blanch them, and then your peeling is going to just peel right off. What we're going to do is after we blanch them, we're going to put them in some cold water, and then the peelings will just peel right off. Okay, we've dropped our tomatoes in, and you're not going to try to cook them, so that's not the purpose of it. Because when you drop these in, it's going to cool it down a little bit. We're just wanting to blanch them a little bit. When we get them blanched, we're going to put them in some cold water, and that's going to make the peeling real easy to peel off.
Okay, what does blanching mean to someone that doesn't understand blanching?
Okay, what that means is when you blanch it, you're not cooking it. So your peeling, it's going to cause your peeling to swivel up, and it'll make it easy to peel off. So we're going to put it in our cold water. You got to put it in the cold water after you take it out of this hot water, and it'll just peel back. You know, the peeling will just come right off. For your tomatoes.
So you're putting them in. You're putting them in the hot boiling water for just a few minutes.
Yes.
And you'll actually see the skin on the tomatoes start to rip.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you move them over to the cold water.
Yeah, we'll move them over into the cold water, and then we'll peel them, and then we'll get ready to prepare them for our jars.
Okay.
Okay, we have got our jars ready for preparation. And what we're going to do is I put these in the oven and let them get hot. So we're going to stick them in the oven, and then what I'm going to do is take these rings off, and I'm going to take the caps, and I'm going to actually boil them in some hot water.
Now what is the purpose of putting the jars in the oven?
It sterilizes them.
Okay.
It sterilizes them, and it will cause your tomatoes to seal better. Yes. So that's another reason that we do that.
What you're actually saying is you're going to preheat your jars.
Preheat the jars.
Okay.
In the oven.
And you take the lids off and the caps or taps.
Some people call them taps. Some people call them caps.
Yeah.
We're going to take those off, and I'm going to put them in some of the boiling water. And like I said, that sanitizes everything, plus it'll make everything seal better when you go to do your tomatoes.
So you're going to put them in the oven. You got it set at how many degrees?
Put it on about 200.
Okay, so you need you want at least over 160 degrees to kill any kind of bacteria. Yes. We learned that in cooking school.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
We took ServSafe. So.
ServSafe taught us that it's got to be over 160 degrees.
We learned quite a bit in that.
So we put it in at 200, which is easy to deal with. You want to keep them dry. You don't want to put them in wet, and Christine will show you how she's going to do it.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and stick these in our oven, okay? And you can just, I don't know how big your oven is, but this one's a pretty good size. So I'm just going to stick those kind of in there so we can get them sterilized. And but really, canning tomatoes is really It's not that hard to do. Anybody can do it. It's pretty simple.
What she's saying, though, is don't let your husband put the salt in the jars.
Yeah, he canned some tomatoes. Wasn't last year. It was probably a couple years ago. And he got them all done. Well, we went to eat the tomatoes, and you talking about salty. He over-salted them, so we're still eating on them. I don't salt nothing when I use them, but...
What she's trying to say, and put it politely, is instead of putting a teaspoon in, I put a tablespoon in of salt.
Yeah.
So, and I haven't lived that down every day, and I'm the guy that cans around here and taught her how to can. Yeah. So, but I hear about that every time she uses tomatoes. So guys, don't mess up if you're canning, because you'll never hear about it again. It'll be all the time.
Okay.
All right. Still yet hasn't warmed up completely yet, so you'll see when they warm up here, they'll actually start to crack. The skins will split, and when they do that, you want to pull them out as soon as you can, because you're not trying to cook the tomatoes at this point. You just want the skins to crack so you can get the skins off. And it probably would help if we turned the stove on a little higher. But
yeah.
Okay, Christine has got her water boiling for her lids, her taps. Some people call them taps, some people call them lids. You want to bring it up to a boil and turn it back down, because you're not trying to boil your lids, you're just trying to get them a little sanitized. So she's just going to drop them in there for now. That's all you got to do. And then turn your heat down a little lower. You really don't want them to bubble after they're in there. You just was trying to get the water hot enough to sanitize them. One thing about it, you do got some beautiful tomatoes.
Yeah, we do. They're some pretty tomatoes. And you know, when this stuff comes in, you've got to can it. You can't let it go bad.
Yeah, so. These were just fresh yesterday. Fresh farm tomatoes. We're going to have to reveal our stuff, though. We didn't grow these.
No, we didn't. We got them from another farm that grows them.
Well, we put out a bunch of tomatoes, and if you watch one of our previous videos, I put out some sweet potatoes. Well, the deer decided that they liked our garden one night. Me and Christine had to go out of town and come back. They eat all of our tomatoes and all of our sweet potatoes. So we had to go out and buy some. But this is from a local farm real close to us, and beautiful tomatoes. So we're getting her done anyways.
I think these will can up pretty.
Yep.
All right, we're still waiting on our tomatoes to blanch. So I thought we'd just maybe talk a minute. What do you guys like to can? Just drop us some comments on what you're canning and what you like to can, or you know, we're going to try to do some more canning videos on some stuff that we can, that we like to can. We would like to do some salsa. I love to can salsa. We canned that about, gosh, I'd say it's been 8 years ago that we canned salsa.
I think it's been longer than that.
It might have been, but that was some of the best salsa. I can't eat salsa anymore because I'm like critiquing it to what we made from what I buy, and I'm like, I just can't. That salsa was amazing. Everybody that tried it said we should have like had the recipe for it.
We got the recipe for it. What you're trying to say is everybody said we should have bottled it and sold it.
We should have bottled it and sold it, but
yeah,
that's another story. But just drop us some comments on what you guys are canning, what you like to can, or what you like to see canned.
What do you add to your? Do you add anything to your tomatoes?
I know some people add lemon juice. We don't add lemon juice. We just put the salt in ours. You know, so drop us a comment on how you do it. Let us know.
But we're going to let it boil back a little bit, and we'll bring you back in a few minutes after we get the water boiling a little bit more. Then we'll show you how the tomatoes do once you get them out of the water. So Christine's running her cold water in the sink right now. And what you do, you drop the tomatoes in here when they come out of the hot water, and it makes the peel release, and then you put them over in here and you clean the bad stuff, stems and all that off of it. So at that point, but they should be getting close.
Yeah, they're getting close. I see.
Yeah, I see one tearing right there, starting to tear a little bit. There, that one's tearing. What it was that we've had these tomatoes in the cold house all day in the air condition, so they're quite cool. And when we drop them in our hot water, it's taking our temperature down. So we're having to boil it to bring it back up to temperature. So, but I have to teach Christine how to can, though. She thinks she knows how to can, ladies, but it's really. Don't forget that.
Well, I'm just showing you how I do it. You might do it different.
You might do it different.
You know, everybody's got their own way.
Yeah.
So, I'm just showing you how I do it. And trust me, I'm not no expert on canning tomatoes.
We just can stuff to get by with, and we're not no professionals.
No professionals.
No. If you want to see professionals, go over to True Grit and watch them. Andy and them will teach you how to can some tomatoes and cut your grass and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And with congratulations to True Grit on their 100,000 subscriber. That's great for you all. Y'all deserve it. All right. There's a couple in there that could be got out. And I'll let you do it there, Miss Chrissy.
Okay.
I think it's that one right there split.
This one, yeah. Now see that, how it's split?
See there? Now you drop it in your cold water.
Over here in your cool water.
And you just let it sit in there just a few minutes, and it'll make the peel right off. Matter of fact, our light blowed out, so I don't have much of a light over here, but it's already ripping and peeling back, and you can see the steam boiling off of it.
One. Look at it.
Yep.
Yep. Oh yeah.
We had our sink light blow out on us about the time we were filming, so right up there we would have had light, but Christine said it decided to fizzle out on us, so but we're showing you the best we can, and that's just part of it.
There's another one split.
Like I said, drop them down in there and give them just a second, and that peeling will just peel right off.
That one's peeled pretty good.
Yeah. How many do you think this will make? It's a lot of tomatoes.
I don't know. Y'all tell us how many we're going to get.
How many quart jars do you think me and Boo Boo will get out of these tomatoes?
Yeah. Because I don't know.
I don't either. But I'm telling you what.
I said a dozen, but I don't know.
It'll be more than a dozen.
Might be more.
Look at them big, beautiful tomatoes.
I mean, them some big tomatoes, so it probably will be. But we'll see when we get done. Now, them some.
And like I was telling you about your lids, we just got them in there. We had them boiling. Then we turned them on simmer. You don't want to keep them boiling. The whole thing is just to heat your lids up, warm your seals up, and they'll seal better. Chrissy, she's a canning machine, buddy.
Not really.
Yeah.
I did it, let's see, probably in
2008.
We did a massive garden. I've never seen so much stuff grown.
Some crazy guy went out and bought 400 tomato plants. Didn't realize he was buying all them because he didn't realize there was like 48 in a tray, and he was just buying trays of every different one. And
so that year we canned so much stuff, and I didn't.
That's 2008, and we had all them peppers too. That was the year we made all the salsa.
Yes, and I didn't want to see them more canned stuff for a while.
No, especially the jalapenos and the jalapenos were. Ooh, and they cross-pollinated with our sweet banana peppers, so we had some hot stuff. But
yeah, we did.
All right, this is how they look at now. You can see the peelings are ripping off, and I'm gonna get one out here and just show you.
Yeah, look
just look at that, how that peels off. It just peels right off.
Peels right off.
Christine will get it up there and show it to you.
Real simple. And this is like that little bad spot. You can just cut that out.
Yeah, we'll cut that out in here in a minute.
Cut that out.
But that's how easy it brings the peels off. Grab another one there and show them another one, honey.
Yeah, here's another. Look at that. See? Just peels right back.
See how easy that is? A lot of people, they try to peel these while they're cold. But if you get them hot and boil them, then put them in cold water, it'll just peel right off.
That. Just peel right off.
Okay.
And then the bad stuff, you just cut it out. If you got any bad spots, or you're just going to cut it out.
Yep.
So we're going to get our jars out of the oven.
Well, first, we got to load some more tomatoes.
Yeah, we got to load
You're
some
getting
more
ahead
tomatoes.
of yourself.
I know. I am getting ahead of myself. But
see, you've been slacking.
yeah.
She's going to reload the water back up.
So we'll go ahead and drop these. Look at that. Look at that.
That's a monster.
Yeah.
Look at the size of that
That's a big
thing.
old tomato. We're going to drop them in there. We might have more than what we think.
I think you're going to have way over a dozen.
I hope so.
I mean, them some big tomatoes.
I hope we do, but we'll see.
Just like 3 of them tomatoes would fill a jar, honey.
Probably. So let us know what you guys think about it. But these are some big tomatoes. These ain't normal tomatoes. Okay, well I'm just peeling back some more of these tomatoes, and I'm putting them in my bowl.
And what we'll do here in a minute, you see these.
Out all that
we'll cut all this stuff up before we get ready to put them in to cook them, and they got a little hotter than they probably should have, but. A lot of this is trial and error, people. You're not building a rocket ship. So.
No, but I believe they're going to turn out good.
Well, I knocked her light over. I made a mess.
We're good at making messes.
Yeah. Just don't let the cannon intimidate you, because it's not as hard as people make it out to be. If me and Chrissy can do it, anybody can do it. So.
Because when I was growing up, I didn't can. I did not can. So I just kind of got into it later on.
After you married
After I got married, and I decided, well, I'd like to learn how to can, because I never had canned. I watched people can.
And your mother-in-law canned all the time at that time.
My mother-in-law canned all the time. So I thought, I'd like to maybe try that. So I started doing a little bit of it. And I had never made bread and butter pickles till last year. And I just decided I'm going to make some bread and butter pickles. So I had some cucumbers that was getting ready to go bad. And I decided one day I'm just going to experiment and make some bread and butter pickles. And I let some people try them, and they said them was the best pickles. They wanted to buy them. So I must have done pretty good. But that's what I said. Don't let canning intimidate you, and think that, I couldn't do that. But if you just get into it and I just got me a recipe for bread and butter pickles and just kind of went by it and made some bread and butter pickles. So that's just how you got to start, or watch these videos are really educational and learning, because you know, you might learn something from somebody else that you didn't know about, or I've learned stuff that, you know, I didn't know how to do.
I'm gonna better check these here. They still look good, but you can see the steams are rolling. Sometimes you gotta move them around a little bit, because the first ones that you drop in will go to the bottom and they'll get done before you know it. So just try to stir them just a little bit. And if you move them around, that'll help soften the skin up. So that one's already ripping already, so they're coming along. Matter of fact, these are tearing pretty fast.
I think we got our water good and hot.
Yeah.
So that's probably why.
Like I said, you're just trying to blanch them. Blanching them means you're just putting them in hot water for a few minutes to loosen up their skin, get them out, and put them in cold water. I think you can get this one out, and he's getting air pockets in it.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. All right. We're going to stick him in the cold water.
Stick him in the cold water, and he'll start shedding his clothes.
Yep. Okay, we're going to, here in a few minutes, we're going to get some jars out and go ahead and put our stuff in it.
No, here in a few minutes, we got to cut these up first and cook them. Again, you're getting ahead of yourself.
Ahead of myself. Yep.
Lord have mercy. How you going to teach someone how to can tomatoes?
I know.
Help me, people. You see what I got to deal with? And you know, everybody wants to know why I call her Boo-Boo. Everybody says, what do you call her Boo-Boo for? And I said, well,
because you make more boo-boos than I do.
Well, here anymore I do. But I say, well, Chrissy, you made another Boo-Boo. So if you heard me referred to her as Chrissy Boo-Boo, you'll know why.
Yeah.
She gets a little ahead of herself
I'm
sometimes.
getting ahead of myself.
She's worked all day today. Come home, we've had the canned tomatoes. She's worked, and I've brush hogged all day on the tractor. So we're both tired, but we'll get her done.
Oh yeah.
But once you get them cooled off here and get them in here, then you slice them up and get them ready to start cooking on the stove.
Yeah.
And you can either leave them in big slices, or you can put them in a KitchenAid and grind them up to, make them a lot finer. That's personal preference there. So
I like mine chunked up. Just cut them and chunk them up. And
Chrissy likes hers chunky, like she likes her husband chunky. And that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. But we're gonna do some more of this, and we'll bring you back in a few minutes. We ain't no use to just letting you see us do this over and over, but we want to bring it to you as real as it is. So we'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, we are still peeling these tomatoes that we blanched. We're going to put them in this bowl and then pour them over into our big bowl here in just a minute. We had a few bad ones, so
you can see what they look like there with the peeling peeled off.
And then when we cut them up, we'll get all these black spots or any kind of bad spots. We'll just cut that off, and of course we won't use that. But we're about to get it.
Yeah, we went from that full to that. These are cooling. They get, like I said, when you put them in there, they get a little hot to get the peelings off. And then what we'll go through is we'll cut everything out. That's where the stem, connected to the tomato, and then you'll have a couple of brown spots, but Chrissy's about got this and done here.
Yeah, we about to
and
got a pot on.
This is our last pot. Ooh, that looks nasty. I don't know how he got in there. Holy bully, I'll get him out in a minute. That's hot. But we'll throw him in the trash. But we're getting closer. As you can see, she's got a towel laid out here. And a lot of people's going to say, why do you lay a towel out here? But if you have granite countertops or ceramic countertops or anything that's cold, and you take your jars out of the oven and set it on a cold thing to fill it up, it'll bust your jars. So anytime we like to use a big heavy-duty towel, put it down. And we also will heat a plate up. We got a plate in the oven with our jars. And you want a hot plate also. Just because that you want everything hot when you're doing this, and you don't want to set it on a cold surface. So
okay, these are ready. So I'm just going to pour them over into this big bowl. Look at that. That's a lot of tomatoes right there.
Yeah.
We got probably one more pot to go.
I'd say you better go get some more quart jars.
Yeah, probably. I'd say.
I'd go get them, and that way we could get them ready to we bring the other ones out just in case, and we'll have them ready. All right, Christine's going to go get some jars, and we'll be right back.
Okay, we have got our tomatoes blanched and peeled, so now we got to cut the cores out and start slicing them and putting them into our pot. So that's what we're going to do. We'll go ahead and cut off any kind of black spot, bad spot. We see anything that looks not good, we got to cut it out. And I'm just going to cut them up in chunks, and we're going to put them into this big pot here. So, because you don't want to get anything bad, because it'll make your whole process be ruined. So just make sure you get all these black spots and pour it out here.
Show them what you're talking about.
That's the core right there. There's the core. So just make sure you get all that out. And if there's any, see that black spot right there? Just make sure you get that, cut that out of it.
You want to make sure there's no damage, no runt fruit.
Yeah,
and tomato is a fruit. It's not a vegetable. So
yeah, nothing rotten.
But any of this stuff like this, you see, Chris is going to cut all this out.
Yeah, it's cool.
Anything that's green on the inside, like in the core, but you can look it out in here. Everything looks good. But right there is the green core right there.
You don't want to leave that.
I want to cut that out. So
just make sure you get all that out.
But you can see you can either cut them up in little chunks like she's doing, or you can put them in a food processor and grind it up and make like a juice. So
yeah, I just like to chunk them up, put them in there. So it's time consuming, but it's not hard to do, but it just takes a little bit of time to get all that out. So,
and then you put them on the stove and cook them for about, what, 35, 40 minutes?
Yeah, just get them all.
But when you're doing that on the stove, especially a gas stove, you got to watch that you don't burn the tomatoes on the bottom.
Yeah.
Tomatoes have plenty of juice in it, but I still like to add about 1 cup of water to it just to prevent any kind of burning on the bottom. But if you keep it steered good and an eye on it, you usually don't have a problem. But
yeah, because we cook with gas, so gas cooks a lot quicker. Gets a lot hotter. So if you've never cooked with gas, when they say cook them with gas, that's what that means. It's a lot faster. But we're gonna get all this peeled out and into the pan, get it on the stove, and we'll show you when we get it in the pot and get it finished. And then after we do that, we'll start putting it in the jars. I like the left side because I'm left-handed.
Do any of you other husbands have wives that are left-handed? Because I always lose out when we're left-handed when we go out to eat or anything. So.
Oh, Lord. I'm sure there is a lot of left-handed people.
I'd say there is.
Yeah, in this world.
I'll tell you what, I'll core them and you cut them. That'll work faster.
Let you know, left-handed people are always in their right minds. Yeah. So.
I ain't going to comment on that. I'll take the fifth. Because there's probably somebody out there watching us that's left-handed saying, Gary, don't do it.
Yep.
I guess it's whatever God blessed you with. Left-handed, right-handed.
That's right.
Doesn't make no difference.
No.
If that's the way he wanted you, that's the way he made you. But I learned a long time ago, especially shooting a gun or anything, I could go both right hand or left hand, but never could do nothing else that way. Couldn't throw a fishing pole or a bat or anything. But now shooting a gun to go deer hunting, I found a way to do it. So I mean, tomatoes are still pretty hot.
Yeah.
But
these big ones has got a lot of juice.
You know, you get two people doing this, it don't take a long time.
No.
It don't take a long time to get this done.
But now, if you did it by yourself, it'd take you a little while.
But
like
I said, me and Christine both worked today. She worked at the store, and I bush hogged all day, and got caught in a couple big rainstorms a couple times. And
yeah, it's been a lot of people getting rain everywhere. I guess you guys are getting a lot of rain wherever you're at.
Yeah.
A lot of hot weather.
Yeah, a lot of people were getting nothing but scalding hot weather. Where is that to be? I didn't do that.
Yep.
If you ain't blaming me.
Yep.
I was talking, I wasn't looking.
I know.
I guess I better look at my job then. But a lot of people out there, especially in our area, there's been a lot of flooding in these mountains and stuff.
Yeah.
We've had rain like we ain't never had. We had it one night here, and it probably sat over top of us and never moved for at least an hour, wouldn't you say?
I would say.
And they say it dropped 4 to 5 inches of rain in that period of time, which we live in the mountains, so that water don't have nowhere to go. So these people that live in the low-lying areas at the base of these mountains, they suffered with some flooding. So
yeah, they had a.
It's been bad this year. It's been bad all over the place. A lot of places are getting a lot of heat. A lot of places are getting a lot of rain.
Yep, just depends on where you're at. And then I know a lot of places it's going to be hit hard this week with a lot of heat. We're getting a cold front that's moving through.
Awesome.
So I got to looking and it said a cold front, and we're going to be down in the 50s at night.
I don't believe that. I don't of course, with this weather.
That's what it's showing. So it's 70s during the day, but now
we had 100-something degree heat index last week. I guess they call it a feels like, or I know I was outside working on redoing a tiller, and it was like someone was pouring water over top of my head. It was so much humidity. So
yeah.
But,
well, that's what it's showing. So we'll see what happens with that. But said a cold front was coming through. So, but like I said, 70s is my kind of weather.
I'll take 72 degrees year round.
Yeah, I like it. Because this heat, hard to get anything done outside.
But as you can see what we're doing, I'm coring it out about like an apple. I'm coring the green part out of the inside, and Christine's cutting it up into chunks. And when you work together as a team, you can get this done pretty quick.
Yep. The saying, teamwork makes the dream work. So, we're just trying to show you, if you've never canned tomatoes.
Canning tomatoes it's not what you call hard work, but it's time consuming.
Time consuming. Just the steps you got to go through.
Yeah, each step you got to go through, and like I said, see, like that's got a big black spot in it. You want to make sure you get all of that out, because just a little bit of that bad left in there could ruin your whole.
Yeah. Wouldn't taste very good.
No. And when we get done, I'm going to fix a big old pot of coffee. Me and Christine, we like our coffee. And we're working on some things with some coffee companies about maybe coming out with our own line of coffee. We don't know yet. But we like our coffee, and it seems like this stuff we've been getting nowadays is, I don't know what they're putting in it. These name brand places, it's just getting terrible. I'm not going to say anything, but if you buy this pre-canned, canned stuff, you'll know what I'm talking about here lately. It seems like you're putting fillers in it or something. Coffee don't taste like it did before the great happening, is what I'm going to say. But
they used to put what, chicory?
Chicory back in the old days.
Yeah.
Chicory they put back in the old days as coffee back in then was expensive and people couldn't afford it, and that was
now they still can't afford it.
Yeah, well, that's true.
A can of coffee is like $20 now.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And it ain't even that good.
But if you like to drink coffee, tell us what you like. Tell us a brand that you like, and we'll check it out, because
y'all might know something
you might know something that we don't know, better coffee, and we're always looking for good coffee. I got a cup over that says greatest dad ever coffee cup, so I ain't one bit afraid to use it.
Yeah, we like our coffee, I tell you.
Yeah.
But tell us what kind you guys like.
All right, we're going to keep on doing this, and we'll bring you back in a little bit, okay? I know you just don't want to see us here, and we're jabbering, because we got a lot of yet to go yet.
Yeah,
so.
Quite a bit more to do, but...
And we'll bring you back here in a few minutes. Well, it'll be a few minutes to you, probably an hour or so to us.
Phew, the last piece. I didn't think I was ever going to get there, but...
You? What do you mean you? You mean us?
Yeah, us. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry about that. But anyway, I want you to look. We have got a large pot of tomatoes. So we're going to put them on the stove, probably about 40
minutes.
40 minutes. So that'll give me a break.
I'll turn the eye on and you set that over.
I don't even know if I can lift it. That's pretty heavy, but we'll see. All right, here we go.
You just drop that, then I'd have to shoot you.
It
is heavy.
It's pretty heavy. But yeah.
All right. I'm going to bring you up here and show you what a pot full of tomatoes we got.
Yeah. It is a pot.
That. You've seen what we started with, and that's what we ended up with. It don't look like a lot of tomatoes, but believe me, there's a ton of them in there.
That's a big pot.
I usually add a little water, but if you can see, these had so much juice in them. The water is full to the top, the juice is. So we're going to put it on medium heat and let it gradually warm up. And once it starts getting a little bit of a bubble, then we'll start doing the countdown from there. But what do you think, Boo Boo?
Yeah, I had to change because I had juice all over me. So it was messy, but we're about to get it. So
now we can take a coffee break?
We can take a break for
all
about
right.
40 minutes.
All right, we'll see you back in about 40 minutes, and then we'll get our jars ready and start putting stuff in the jars, and we'll show you that when we get back. She's starting to boil. Now, when we talked about earlier about cooking it for 30 to 40 minutes is after it starts getting a good boil to it and you start seeing the foam forming on top right there, that's when you start your timer, because it's got to get to a boil before you can start your timer. So that's what we wanted to show you what it looked like. Starting to boil right there. You can see your froth coming off here. But when it gets to boiling good, you want to watch it because you can burn it. So just keep an eye on it at this point and stir it up. Stir it deep from down in the bottom. When you're stirring it, you want to make sure you're pulling your tomatoes up to the top and roll them over. And we usually, like I say, 40 minutes, but I include the warming up time in the 40-45 minutes period. So usually after it starts rolling, boiling, I start 30 minutes from that point on. We just want to show you what to look for. And we'll bring you back when we get a little closer to being done.
All right. We are almost boiled over, so I think we're ready to start getting our jars out and filling them up. So let's get them out of the oven. They should be good and
get your plate out first so you can set it on there.
Good and hot.
You want a good hot plate.
Yep. There's the hot plate.
You want a good hot plate to set your jars in so you don't, because if you set them on something cold, they're around 200 degrees, so if you sit on something cold, they will bust. And Miss Chrissy can't get them out of the thing.
This ain't want to cooperate with me.
Well, it might help if you pulled your oven
So, let's see here.
out a little bit. There you go.
How's that? Maybe I can do it this way. Let's see, they are warm.
Oh, you're really good.
Okay, we're ready to fill the jars, so that's what we're going to do. So let's see if we can do this without making a mess. Still going to be messy.
Don't get so much in your cup. That might help you.
Maybe.
And pour it a little faster.
Yeah. I'll get some of the...
It's good.
It's hot.
A little more.
I think it's...
A little more. Pour just a little juice in there.
A bit of juice. Alrighty, we're going to fill our jar up to about right there, and then we're going to put the lid on it.
Salt.
Oh, our salt.
Oh boy, you're a cannon queen.
It's all right. It's late. I'm tired. Forgot the salt, so here we go. Put our salt in and just mix it in a little bit. Some people puts it in on the bottom before they pour their tomatoes, but I just put it in on the top. And then we're going to get us a lid out, put the lid on it, and let them set, and we'll just continue to do that till we get them all done.
A lid or a tap?
Tap.
Depends on where you're at.
Depends on where you're at. Some people call them caps. Some people call them can taps, lids. Depends on where you're located.
And you want to make sure you wipe your lid off to make sure there's nothing, no kind of stuff, or it won't let it seal.
Right. But I'm anxious to see how many quarts we get.
Get your lids out of the hot water. Shake them just a little bit. Get the excess water on. Woo, that baby's hot. Tighten it down. Look how beautiful.
Yeah, those are really pretty. That'll be good this winter. Making some soups and chili.
Oh, cowboy stew.
Cowboy stew.
Gotta try my famous cowboy stew because it is delicious.
It is good. We'll have to
like I said though, you want to keep your this was a hot plate, so you don't want to put it on a cold surface. And I'm gonna try the next one. I like to use a coffee cup because I think that does about the best. Right there, right on the money. Oops. Make sure you do a level teaspoon of salt. And Chrissy done something with my spoon. What'd you do with my stirring spoon? You can tell how organized we are. We don't need to be canning this late at night.
No.
I'm gonna put just a little bit more juice in there. I like it right in there. Don't want to go higher than that because it needs a little headspace. And like I said, make sure you got a clean rag. Wipe your top off. Put your cap on.
Keep on going.
Don't forget and grab that without something on your hand because it will burn. Snug it down tight. Beautiful. Just repeat the process. We're going to keep doing this. This is going to take a while to do, so y'all don't want to sit here and watch this all. We'll bring it back and show you after we get it done, and if I can get Chrissy from messing up. So don't take canon advice from Chrissy Boo Boo.
Don't cake.
She's going to get shot for the non's out. So no canning advice from Chrissy Boo Boo. Because it's been since 2008 since she canned any. So
no.
We'll be right back. We'll show you when we get done.
Okay guys, this is the finished product. So guess how many we had? We had 24 quarts.
Wow.
So yeah.
And they're beautiful.
Good. Yeah.
How pretty. Wow.
They're hot.
They're already sealing. I hear them already sealing.
Yeah, they're already sealing. So 24 quarts. That was pretty good.
That was just two
boxes.
2 boxes of tomatoes.
Yeah, 2 boxes of tomatoes.
Wow.
That's a wrap for tonight. I'm tired. Like I said, it's not hard to do. It's just a process. And if you got 2 people doing it, it goes pretty quick. So put in the comments any suggestions you guys might have. Y'all might do it a little bit different, but that's just how we do it. So we look forward to bringing you more canning videos, cooking videos, just everyday life, farming videos, just things that we do. Thank you all. God bless.